Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, the video going viral. A news reporter in West Virginia hit by a car during a live report.
Plus, health concerns now affecting both Huskers men's and women's basketball teams.
But first tonight, Nebraska is one step closer to collecting DNA from suspected felons. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Lawmakers today advancing a controversial bill to the third and final round.
It would allow law enforcement to collect DNA during the booking process of those arrested for a felony. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez spoke with the senator who introduced the bill to clear up who this impacts. Ariana?
Rod and Megan, Senator Hilkman explained that even though DNA is collected during the booking process, that DNA would not go into the system until that individual is charged. Now, that is something that has changed on this bill since it was first introduced.
DNA would be collected during booking when fingerprinting is done. But one of the changes already made to the bill, as Senator Robert Hilkman expressed, is that the DNA is not put into the system until a person is charged. If they are found to be innocent and charges are dropped, that person has an opportunity to get the DNA sample destroyed.
It's as simple as signing a form. You do not need an attorney. It will be given to the persons at the time that the charges are dropped, but the person does have to file that form, yes.
Some senators brought up the fact that Nebraska has a backlog of rape kits still waiting to be tested, and they would like those to get taken care of before adding more DNA testing. Senator Hilkman acknowledges that it is an issue.
But the backlog is there. And so if there's something that we can do to help advance that, of course we would do that. And that's one of the things I'll look into. I know that's a concern. If that's the concern that some of the people have, I will certainly work with that and see if we can't help with that.
LB 496 has to pass the final reading before it can become law. And during that debate, there can be changes made to make the bill the best version for Nebraskans.
I think there's still some people are a little confused about the bill or what it actually does and doesn't do. So we will be talking. If we need to make some modifications to get those, that's the next step that I see on this bill.
Senator Hilkman has been working on this bill for a number of years. When asked how he feels to get it this far,
excited. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. This is a very important bill.
Now, supporters of this bill say that it could help solve cold cases and free those wrongfully convicted. And the opponents say that this is another example of government overreach. Reporting live in front of the state capitol, Ariana Martinez, Channel 8 News.
All right, Ariana, I know you'll keep us updated on where this goes in the third round there. Thank you so much for that live report. Another bill that would allow Nebraska to have a say in possibly changing the U.S. Constitution advanced today.
LR 14 advanced to the third and final round of debate. It would allow for a convention of states to propose amendments to the Constitution. The resolution could impose fiscal restraints and limit the power and jurisdiction of the federal government. And of course, there was debate on this.
Colleagues, if we pass this, I think this is going to be one of those things where we may have to reap what we sow.
I think it's okay to send a message to Congress that we need to do something about some things. I look at this as no different than Senator Slama's bill or resolution, Senator Blood's resolution about sending a message, because the likelihood, not to hurt Senator Holleran's feelings, the likelihood that all these states are going to be able to pass this and actually call it, I think, are very slim. But the message that I think this sends is impactful.
15 other states have already adopted such a resolution, but there needs to be at least 38 to make it official. Nebraska senators did add an amendment to the bill, saying if by 2022, if there aren't enough states to form the Convention of States, Nebraska will have to rescind and start the process all over again. Again, the bill now goes to the third and final round of debate. Health concerns are back in the world of sports again.
It's affecting college basketball for both men and women. Channel 8's Kelsey Casper joins us now with more on that. Kelsey?
Yeah, guys, yesterday we learned the news that Nebraska women's basketball game scheduled for tonight was postponed due to health and safety protocols. Now we learned today the men's team is in a similar situation. The Huskers were supposed to be traveling to Columbus to face Ohio State tomorrow, but that game was postponed this morning, again, due to health and safety protocols in Nebraska's program. The team did not have 7 scholarship players available, therefore not meeting the Big Ten roster minimum. Now, just like the women, the conference will look to reschedule this game, but if it can't be made up, it will result in a no contest for both teams. Head coach Fred Hoiberg is scheduled to meet with the media to talk tomorrow morning. I'll have more coming up at Sports at 6, guys.
All right, thank you, Kelsey. And speaking of sports, the 2022 Winter Olympics are less than 2 weeks away, and athletes all over the world are getting ready to head to Beijing.
But NBC Sports announced they will not be sending announcers to this year's games. NBC had previously scheduled broadcast teams to announce from Beijing, but as of Wednesday, those plans have been canceled, citing, of course, COVID concerns. A spokesperson for the network confirmed they will still have a large presence on the ground in Beijing, but will be calling events from the U.S. The Winter Olympics will take place from February 4th through the 30th, followed by the Paralympics in March. There's a lot of work going on at the Lincoln Airport, and keep in mind the airport is still in full operation while this is happening.
Channel 8's Nathan Grieve shows us what kind of progress they're making.
There's a lot of change on the horizon at the Lincoln Airport.
Just modernizing everything, making it look clean and updated. You know, we want people to be proud of their hometown airport, and this gives us the opportunity to do that.
And that happens through new gates to appeal to more airlines to come in, food and drink options pushed behind security to fit with the realities of modern airport safety. And speaking of safety,
the building was designed and constructed before airport security was even a concept. And so as a result, the facility didn't really receive and adapt for that kind of security screening. And so the biggest thing that we're really doing is reconfiguring the building to accept that TSA screening functionality.
keep in mind there is still an airport that's got to function around all this activity.
And that continues to be one of the big day-to-day conversations that we had both with our design team and our construction partners is how best to complete the construction while maintaining good, comfortable passenger access for the public.
It should be worth it, and you'll notice the changes as soon as you walk through the doors into the brand new lobby.
I think just like that natural light and how airy and, you know, just you're going to come in here and just be like, wow, it's not dark, it's not outdated. So I am super excited about that.
And there's a lot to be excited for in the coming years, and slowly but surely it's all coming together. Reporting in Lincoln, Nathan Grieve, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Nathan. You know, as broadcasters and journalists, sometimes we're put into somewhat, it can be dangerous situations. Well, a scary moment during a live broadcast in West Virginia this morning.
Reporter Tori Yorgi was about to give a live report on a water main break due to freezing temperatures when a car came out of nowhere and hit her. Now, thankfully, she is okay, but take a look at this video.
And now we're starting to experience, unfortunately, in freeze-thaw, we see this, water main breaks.
I got hit by a car, but I'm okay. I just got hit by a car, but I'm okay, Tim.
That's the first for you on TV, Tori.
Woo! Oh, you know what? It's one
sure
woman
you're
band.
okay, Tori?
We're good, Tim. Ma'am,
sure
you
okay?
are so sweet, and you are okay. It is all good. You know,
Isn't that incredible?
Wow.
She got right back up. I mean, what a tough cookie. A little shaken, but she continued to do her live report. Now, I've seen some comments on this about why the anchorman didn't say much to her, like asking if she was okay. Well, he couldn't actually see what was happening, and so he couldn't see the live feed.
Could you hear it in his ear?
Yeah, he could only hear it. And then on top of it, you know, she just moved her camera out of the way, positioned herself. Yeah, by herself. She had no cameraman. A lot of times our reporters are completely by themselves. There it is again. You see, she just picks up her camera and keeps going. Thankfully, again, Tori is okay.
She's tougher than me, no doubt about that. All right, let's talk about your weather. And Chief Meteorologist John Dishauer joins us now. John, you ever seen something like that?
I can't say that I have necessarily, no. I've seen, unfortunately, people hit by cars, but not like that, yeah. Hey, temperatures today were awfully cold, only making it into the teens this afternoon, and it started this morning where temperatures plummeted down below zero. We got down to 2 below in Lincoln, 7 below in Aurora, and 6 below in Grand Island, Hastings, Hastings as well as in Kearney. But take a look at some of the coldest temperatures I could find from this morning. Greeley made it all the way down to 14 degrees below zero. A co-op observer in Fairbury down to 13 below. Ord 12 below. Albion down to 9 below. Loop City at 9 below. And Aurora down to 7 degrees below zero this morning. Temperatures only returning or rebounding up to 18 degrees today in Lincoln. It is currently 16, 17 degrees in Beatrice, at 16 in York, 16 in Grand Island, as well as in Kearney. Just a little bit of wind, mainly calm for most of us, but enough to create a wind chill value where it currently feels like it's 3 above in Kearney and 7 degrees is what it feels like right now in Grand Island. A couple clouds out to the west. They'll try to move through later on this evening. I'm not completely sold we'll see all those clouds moving in through the entire southeast corner of the state, but we may see a few. Otherwise, for the rest of this evening, down to 9 degrees by 8 o'clock, 6 degrees by 10 o'clock under clear skies. Just how cold we get tonight, and we start to see some warmer temperatures returning to the area as early as tomorrow afternoon. That's all my Storm Alert Team forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, John. National news now. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack is now seeking information from former President Trump's daughter, Ivanka.
As lawmakers ramp up their probe, the Supreme Court denying a request by former President Trump to block the release of hundreds of White House records to lawmakers. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the latest from Washington.
The congressional probe into the January 6th insurrection is now seeking answers from former President Trump's family. The House Select Committee asking Trump's daughter Ivanka to cooperate with its investigation. Committee Vice Chair and Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney recently told ABC News Ivanka was with the president while he watched on TV as his supporters violently stormed the Capitol to disrupt the certification of the 2020 election results.
We have firsthand testimony that his daughter Ivanka went in at least twice to ask him to please stop this violence.
ABC News previously reported the committee received mobile phone records of the former president's son Eric and of Kimberly Guilfoyle, the girlfriend of Donald Trump Jr.
My father has started a movement, and this movement will never, ever die.
The escalation in the January 6th investigation comes after the Supreme Court dealt a major defeat to the former president. In an 8-1 ruling, the Supreme Court upheld an appeals court decision, rejecting Trump's executive privilege claims. The National Archive says it's now in the process of turning over hundreds of Trump's White House documents to House investigators, including presidential diaries, visitor logs, speech drafts, and handwritten notes. The committee calling the Supreme Court's action a victory for the rule of law and American democracy.
In a statement, Ivanka Trump said the committee already knows that she publicly called for the violence to end on January 6th, making it appear unlikely that she would voluntarily cooperate with the investigation. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up next, an emotional interview every Bob Saget fan will want to see.
ABC sits down one-on-one with Saget's wife. We'll be right back. Now to the widow of Bob Saget, speaking publicly for the first time since his passing, telling the world what America's dad meant to her.
Kelly Rizzo sharing with ABC News the outpouring of support she's received. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the story.
It dawned on me. He was affectionately known as America's dad.
Super Dad!
And to Kelly Rizzo, Bob Saget was also her soulmate. She sat down with TJ Holmes to remember her late husband's life, the laughs, and the legacy he leaves behind.
You know, there's only so many tears, like your body will let you cry.
Rizzo says her last conversation with Saget didn't raise any flags. He was returning to his Florida hotel from his comedy show, and he had even sent a text telling her how much he was looking forward to seeing her the next day.
He was just on his way home or back to his hotel and just was telling me what a wonderful show he had and how it was so amazing, and he was happy and just loving what he did to just bring laughter to people.
Rizzo's world crashing down when she received the news about her husband's death. She says Saget had COVID back in December, but says it wasn't anything serious.
All I'll point to is once again that last post of his where he just said he felt like he was 26 again.
Rizzo and Saget married in 2018 after 3 years of dating. She says her late husband had the biggest heart. From the way he embraced his Full House family as his own.
All right, come on in. Again, come in.
Oh, jeez. To his work with the Sclerodoma Research Foundation honoring his late sister. Rizzo says Saget knew how to love people.
He just wanted to spread love and laughter, and he did it so amazingly, and I'm just so proud of him because he truly brought people together. And I mean, he was just so wonderful. I was just so honored to be his wife and to be able to be a part of it and bring him any bit of happiness that I could because he deserved it so much.
Rizzo says her late husband's co-stars have been so kind and supportive during this difficult process. She says that Saget would be happy about that. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
It was a cold day for sure, even with some sunshine outside. We didn't see much in the way of any clouds throughout the day. We're taking a live look now from Honda of Lincoln, looking to the southwest, and you can see the sun is getting very close to setting right now. But even with lots of sunshine, highs only made it into the upper teens this afternoon. We hit 18 degrees in Lincoln. That was after a morning low down to 2 degrees below zero. Currently sitting at 16 degrees at the airport, at 16 degrees in the northwest corner of the county, 16 degrees on the south side of the county. Head out towards Seward, it's 15 degrees. It's 15 right now in Milford and 16 degrees in Friend. 16 as well in Beatrice, 13 a little cooler in Central City, 14 in Columbus, and we've got 16s from Grand Island to Kearney, 17 as well as in Hastings, as well as in Aurora, which by the way, Aurora this morning got down to 7 degrees below zero. Not a lot of wind out there this afternoon, which is not necessarily a bad thing, so we don't have as much of a wind chill to talk about as we did yesterday when wind chills were mainly below zero. It currently feels like it's 4 in Columbus, 7 in Grand Island, and it feels like it's 3 in Kearney. There are just a couple of clouds back out to the west. There's a chance some of these will begin to move in later on this evening, but I think for the most part we're going to stay mainly clear. Air temperatures as we go through the overnight hours will be dropping down to just below zero. Wind chills, because there'll be just enough wind out there to create a wind chill. That's what we're looking at here. Goes to 2 below in Lincoln by 10 o'clock. So we go through the overnight hours where the winds pick up maybe just a little bit. We may start to see them dropping even more towards Seward, York, and Columbus, dropping as low as 15 degrees below zero. I think in the capital city we're talking wind chills tomorrow morning anywhere from 3 below to about 8 degrees below zero. Actual air temperatures dropping to 1 below in Lincoln, 4 above in Seward, 3 above in York, and 1 below for a low in Columbus. Now this is looking at air temperatures for tomorrow. Clouds will quickly be on the increase through the morning hours. By afternoon, we'll see mostly cloudy skies, if not overcast skies. By noon, temperatures will be a little bit warmer into the low 20s. As we head towards the afternoon, our temperatures will continue to go up. Temperatures likely getting up to right around 30 to 31 degrees as we head towards the afternoon. So Lincoln will continue the streak of temperatures below freezing. I believe we're at 42 hours as of this hour. So high of 31 in Lincoln, 31 in Beatrice, 31 in York, up to 33 degrees in Hastings. Winds tomorrow out of the south 8 to 16 with some occasional gusts to 25 miles per hour. Will give us wind chill values likely into the the upper teens during the afternoon. But there is warmer weather coming our way. On Saturday, we'll start to see some warmer temperatures coming. We'll see highs in the upper 30s to lower 40s. And on Sunday, as a weather system passes just off to our east, we'll likely see our temperatures rebounding back into the mid-40s by afternoon, although we'll be playing with some sunshine and clouds and a mix of it throughout the day Sunday afternoon. 7-day forecast up to 42 degrees on Saturday, down to 27 degrees on Sunday. So temperatures Sunday morning warmer than what they are today. Sunday afternoon, I think, looks to be pretty decent, 46 degrees. Another weather system comes in on Monday. It's going to bring clouds. It's going to bring a chance for a few snow flurries. And also, it's going to bring some colder temperatures back behind it, down to 6 degrees Tuesday morning, a high of 18 on Tuesday afternoon, so similar to today. And then low temperatures by next Wednesday, down to 5 below. Then we start warming things back up into the 40s again Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. So not looking too bad once we get past tonight and we get past Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Temperatures for the most part hanging out just above normal.
Hey, at least the weekend is a little more mild if you want to get out and take a walk outside. I mean, 40s aren't going to feel bad after today and yesterday.
No, yeah, especially compared to this morning, the temperatures are well below zero.
Yes, all right, thank you very much, John. A down day on Wall Street, the Dow dropping 313 points, NASDAQ down 186. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source. Finally tonight, plans have been laid for a new film studio that will get Hollywood stars a lot closer to the actual stars.
Variety magazine reports that Space Entertainment Enterprises, the company co-producing Tom Cruise's upcoming space movie, plans to launch a zero-gravity production studio. It's called SEE1, and the company is planning to build it by December of 2024. They also wanted to contain a sports and entertainment arena as well as a content studio. It will host anyone in entertainment and sports who wants to work in low orbit. It's a microgravity environment. All those who can afford it anyway.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's a cheap experience.
Exactly. If you have the money, do it, right? I know John would love to do that.
I would go up there. I don't think I would do it with that group because space is not easy. I think people need to remember that. So the idea that they're going to have it up there in 2 years,
right?
Hope they've been working on it for 15 or 20.
just to be sure, right?
Exactly. Hey, this evening it's going to be chilly outside. Temperatures dropping down through the teens. 9 degrees by 8 o'clock, 6 degrees by 10 o'clock. We'll eventually see our lows dropping down to the single digits to near zero. I think Lincoln Airport probably down to 1 below, but within the city probably 2 or 3 degrees above zero. But nonetheless, a chilly start to tomorrow, and temperatures are rebounding back up into the 30s for the afternoon.
All right. Thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is coming up next. We'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock. Have a great evening, everyone.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
It takes time to make Amigos enchiladas. It's not the easiest way, just the best. Amigos has the faves you crave.